Welcome to the Cult Classic Horror Show. Every week, you can have the conversations you've always wanted to have about the films you love.
Shut up!
We're gonna get you. Not another peep.
Get rid of your distractions and prepare yourself.
Then lock your door. 5, 6, crucifix.
You got a big surprise coming to you. You're not going anywhere.
Welcome, everybody, to the Cult Classic Horror Show. Danny Bonin here with you.
And Scotty Bonin here with you.
We are
the
Blood Brothers. that was way off.
You're not in the same room, so y'all can't sound all fancy.
Yeah, you're right. I should have just cued off you and just went in with went in with it with you. Damn it!
And the
Should we try that
Rob.
again?
No, we're not trying it again.
Oh fuck!
We're not in the same room, so there's a lag. Scotty's up in Beaver Creek,
Yep.
and
Creek.
Rob's
I'm
in
up for Beaver Creek.
Florida as always. They do have a liquor store in Beaver Creek called Beaver Liquors.
Yep. I went there last night.
Staying
Beaver
classy in
Liquors.
Colorado, I see.
What do we got here?
I went there last night and got beers. Beers. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Keep it going.
Talking about
Ravenous, baby.
I want it. It's not coming in yet.
I want to hear the cheerful music right after it. There it goes.
Fucking awesome soundtrack.
Legendary soundtrack.
Awesome.
I mean, that's what made this movie famous. I'm telling you, is the freaking soundtrack for Ravenous.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I just fucking love it. I love it.
Just so different. You don't hear it in movies.
Rob, this is the
In
first time you watched it, right?
Yes.
What'd you think?
It was pretty good. It had a whole bunch of actors in it I've never seen it, so I didn't know they were in it. But as you're watching it, you're just like, oh, I know him. Oh, I know him.
Yeah.
Ah, I know him. Oh, it's the guy from Band of Brothers. I know him.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't really even recall how I started loving it, but I saw it. I didn't see it in theaters, but I must have seen it shortly after it came out.
I think we saw it on like a DVD shelf in like a secondhand store, and we're like, hey, that's a cool cover. Grab that. And we grabbed it and watched it. And that was back in like 2000 or 2002 or something, I think, even.
Yeah, and I don't know, we just like loved it ever since. We just had the DVD and watched it every now and then, and it's just,
and I actually watched the DVD, the one that we used to share.
and I'm a fucking idiot because I always wait too long. I went on Amazon to see if they had like a Blu-ray special feature with commentary, and they do, and I should have ordered it and I didn't.
Yeah. There's commentary on this DVD with Robert Carlyle, and then the director and producers, but I didn't have a chance to freaking
see. That's what we needed. I don't need the Blu-ray. I know. I just needed that. I would have watched it for sure with that.
But I have some notes that Carlyle mentioned from the commentary here, so I can But it would have been nice to watch all of it with the commentary.
Well, yeah.
But what you would have done is watch all of it with the commentary, and then watch it by itself, because you wouldn't want to hear his voice the whole time.
Yeah. Well, I would have watched it twice.
Of course, we've seen the movie like a bunch of times, so with commentary, it would have been fine.
I did. So you liked it, Rob, but you didn't love it.
I liked it a lot. I'm gonna have to definitely watch it again to really appreciate it. It's definitely it's definitely a fun movie, but I have a feeling that I probably have to watch it a couple more times to get all the inside jokes, because I know I've missed some things for sure.
Yeah.
But no, it was great. It was really fun. It was not what I was expecting. It was not what I was expecting at all.
Were you expecting more of a horror feel?
Yes. I was expecting way more of a horror feel. And after I watched it, I went back onto Amazon and watched the trailer for it. And I was like, oh, okay, I get it now. Like this is just some crazy ass movie. I guess it's kind of like an Army of Darkness. It's very it's just very fun.
It's not as like obvious as an Army of Darkness. It's not that parody, you know. But there's definite hints. I was watching an interview with God damn it! And here I go with actors' names again. The guy from Beetlejuice. The hell's his name?
Jeffrey Jones.
Jeffrey Jones. And he was reading the script, and at first, and his agent, whoever gave it to him, was like, "Here's a script for a horror movie." And and while he was reading it, he's thinking to himself, "This is sort of weird. This is weird." And then he got a little further into it, and he's like, "Oh, it's funny. Okay, I see.
Yeah, I get it now."
He's like, "I get it. It's supposed to be funny. Okay."
Yeah, it has like some humor in it, but suspense and horror at the same time. I guess like it's like a Western black comedy horror movie. I don't know. Yeah, because it has a little Western in it too. I mean, it's weird. Yeah, but that's what's so different about it.
This movie just really I love it because it hits on everything for me. It's got, first of all, I love movies set in like the wilderness or in isolation in the mountains. Yeah. So it's there. And then for some reason I just love movies with snow in it. So then that's there. And then I don't know why. I just fucking love Guy Pearce. I just have this
I love him too.
Little man crush on Guy Pearce. And then mainly just in this movie, I love Robert Carlyle too. So
God, he's just awesome.
So I like him.
I like Guy Pearce, but he's no Ethan Hawke. He reminds me a lot of Ethan Hawke.
He does kind of, actually.
I guess.
He looks a lot like Ethan Hawke, at least in this movie, because of the goatee and everything. He reminded me of Ethan Hawke in what was that? Sinister.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because he looked kind of ragged out. He was in the wilderness.
Yeah, kind of had longer hair and stuff too.
I think this was like probably the first Guy Pearce movie that I've seen, at least in a very long time, and he was awesome. And Jeffrey Jones, Beetlejuice, was awesome. The blonde haired guy who was in Band of Brothers,
Neil McDonough.
Yes, he's in everything basically. Yep. But no, everybody in this movie was great. This is definitely a way under the radar movie, at least for me. I've never seen it before.
I can't believe you never saw it or never even heard of it, really.
I almost watched it on Amazon a lot. I almost watched it on Netflix a while ago, but then the new Ravenous movie on Netflix, I guess, is on there now, and they kicked it.
Yeah, they can't have two movies of the same title on there, especially when one's in a Netflix original.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And you have David Arquette with some humor in there, too. And
that's right, David Arquette.
Yeah. Which he was in Bone Tomahawk and died.
Yeah, I wonder how he just sneaks his way into these roles.
He's like the same character that he played in Bone Tomahawk that he is in Ravenous.
He just shows up on set, and they're like, is that... Everybody's looking around, it's like, is that David Arquette? Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not on the call list, is he? No. I will find something for him to do.
Yeah.
Why is he already saying lines over there and like memorizing stuff? And is he in this?
Was that preacher guy in anything else? I'm trying to think.
The preacher guy?
Yeah, I'm gonna look him up real quick.
Which was the preacher guy?
The priest, the guy. He was licking me.
Oh, Jeremy Davies. Yeah, that's right. That's his name. He looks familiar. Yeah, he was the one that was kind of like the pansy of the crew, but that was his character.
Although Guy Pearce was sort of a coward the whole time until the very end.
Well, he played dead in the very beginning when he was in his military scrubs, and when he was in the military, and that's why he got sent to Port Spencer, because his kinds get sent there because he was in the United States Army and was,
I'm looking. Jeremy Davies, you said? Is that?
Jeremy Davis.
Oh yeah. I see him.
After watching this, it kind of makes me feel like Bone Tomahawk was a more serious like ripoff of this movie.
Yeah,
Because it feels, or Bone Tomahawk feels a lot like this movie with the Western, the mountains, the isolation. They even use the wind. They even use the Wendigo in Bone Tomahawk.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They talk about it just for a second about the Wendigo when they're in the bar and the Indian comes in and Kurt Russell's like, "What are they?" He's like, "Oh, they're Wendigos and they eat people." I was like, "Oh, okay, cool. We're gonna go find them."
You're saying like what you're saying is Wendigo, like it's a creature in the outback. There's no N before the G.
Oh, the Wendigo.
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 Wendigo or Wendigo.
Yeah, Wendigo. I said it.
No dingo.
No, the G, the N is silent.
Oh, okay.
Well, there was even a tomahawk in this movie. The like Indian guy that travels with him to go see the butchered are supposedly Ivors that's up there, and then he ends up throwing it at Jeffrey Jones, and that's
Jeremy Davies is in the Hannibal TV series.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
He's also in Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah. Oh, he's in Lost. That's what I remember him from. Is Lost. Yeah.
Yeah. He looks very familiar. He's in. He's one of those guys that's been in a bunch of things. Okay. Almost like Meccano too, the blonde guy.
Yeah. Meccano's been in every.
McDonough.
Madonna.
McDonough.
Wendigo.
Wendigo.
Yeah, Wendigo. I got you.
I'm working with a bunch of idiots here.
Twister.
Oh, he was in
Rescue
Twister.
Dawn. Yeah.
Who's in Twister?
Jeremy Davies.
Yeah. Okay. I thought you were saying that Neil McDonough was too.
I was like, no, I didn't see
too.
an albino in Twister. But let's see here. McDonough, Desperate Housewives. I didn't know that. Band of Brothers, Boomtown, Justified, Homefront, Walking Tall. I remember him Walking Tall.
Yeah.
Minority Report, Arrow, Legends of. Good God! I mean, like, this dude stays in work for a weird little guy.
Yeah, he does. Damn.
Yeah.
So he was in The Hitcher.
He has a very familiar face. I mean, he definitely has been in a lot of stuff. And then John Spencer plays General Slauson, and he's one of those older guys that is in like a ton of stuff too. He was mainly in The West Wing. He was in all of the seasons of The West Wing, playing Leo McGarry, and he actually.
Oh yeah, he was also in The Rock. The Rock.
Yeah, The Rock. Yep, The Rock.
Yeah,
he's ripping my arm off.
This was actually his last theatrical release before he went full time on West Wing, and then died in 2005 of a heart attack.
Oh yeah, that's right.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. to John Spencer. That's right, because he wouldn't take any other jobs, any other movie jobs, because he was busy with West Wing. So yeah, it sucks, man. But Ravenous, it was his last. He went out as maybe a cannibal because he takes a sip of the soup, right?
Yeah, we don't know. I don't know if he chomped down some of the meat or not. I sort of like that dynamic of this movie, and I think the one thing they could have done is played on that a little bit more, like
it's a crazy concept for sure,
like the strengthening of yourself with the eating of people or the healing of yourself. Of course. That could have ruined it, too, because I can just picture the movie nowadays, if they redid it, which they probably will because they remake everything. I can picture some cheesy CGI done well if they had a big budget, but where, like, he's stabbed and there's a gaping wound, and then as he eats, you see the blood, like, suck back in and the wound close up,
Yeah.
Which that would maybe ruin it. I don't know. But
yeah, like when Robert Carlyle stabs Guy Pearce, and he's sitting there with him and Jeffrey Jones, and he's like, all you have to do is give in. And he's bleeding out of his wound. It'd be cool if you did see it. He'd take a bite of the stew, and all of a sudden his wound magically heals up. But, I think that would have kind of taken away from it a little bit.
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
So,
but then he's better the next day. Like, he's fine and healthy. Like, oh, okay.
But I don't know if we have in any other movie, and I might be corrected by some fan out there, have seen cannibalism as sort of like a disease, almost like vampirism. Because I watched an interview with, I think, Robert Carlyle, and he said that really the thing, or maybe it was Guy Pearce. What could you compare the Wendigo, or what could you compare this to in like American culture or British culture or whatever he said? And he was like, Dracula, I guess Dracula, because once you get the taste, it's sort of opposite. You get bitten and you become it instead of you biting. But I've never seen a movie where it's like a disease where it's almost contagious, where you, as soon as you take a bite and eat a piece, that you're fucked for life.
Yeah.
It's just so good, man.
Yeah, you're right. But that's the only thing you can live off of. Like, ordinary food won't cut it. Even like animal meat, you have to have human meat. Yeah. And I wonder what's sufficient. Like, you have to have a certain amount to where you can only eat that, and you're sick. Like, we saw Guy Pearce, his character, he had to eat McDonough. He had to eat him. He had to eat him and to survive, because he's trapped in that hole. And he's never the same unless he eats humans. At least he eats human flesh.
So more like McDonald, am I right?
Yeah. That's good. No, but this movie it revolves around cannibalism in the 1840s in the Sierra Nevada, around the Donner Party story, and that of Alfred Packer.
Super.
That's kind of like y'all's backyard, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's California.
Well, no, but I mean, like, it looks the same. It's all deserty and porcupine ridden. I'm sure people have eaten people in Colorado.
They ate they ate each other up.
They ate each other up. They ate each other up.
See?
Jack Nicholson?
See? It's all right. You saw it on the television.
Saw it on the television.
So if y'all were like doing a 14er and like
Rob doesn't even watch The Shining, so he doesn't even get the reference.
He got it.
I watch my version of The Shining.
It doesn't have a stern Jack Nicholson driving the yellow bug up.
Yeah, yep.
What did I just watch? Sorry to interrupt, but I just watched we talked about it last week, the Cabin Fever remake, and the beginning of it is painfully obvious homage to the opening of The Shining. They have the car driving up to the cabin, and they're playing a more synthesized version of that exact song.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's how we're gonna. That's how we're gonna open up our movie. Except it's gonna be like the car driving up into the mountains with Billy Ocean in the background.
Yeah, and it's like a Dodge Charger or some like nice like sports car that's going like 100 miles per hour.
No, it's going to be a Land Rover. We're going to buy.
Oh yeah,
We're going to buy for the production.
No, you don't get to keep it.
I will steal and take back to Florida with me.
What were you going to say? I interrupted you before.
Oh God, what was I going to say?
I don't even. Rob was going to say something after I said something about Donner Party and.
I was just going to say. I was going to say, if you and Scotty were up there hiking like one of those 14ers, and Scotty like fell and got like 2 compound fractures and like shattered his pelvis and all that. Like, I mean, I'm fairly certain you would eat him.
Well, I could. Am I immobilized too?
Well, no.
No.
But I mean, it's a long walk.
I couldn't just. Well, I wouldn't be able to go like half a day without food.
Well, one, and then 2, you're on your diet. You got to have the protein.
Got to have the cows.
Otherwise, you're not gonna get your gains.
That's true.
He may or may not have the use of his legs ever again.
Well, it would depend. If it was like a harsh winter, you were, there was no way out, and we were there for like a week, and
it's a good Van Damme movie.
That is a good No Way Out.
Keep going. Is that a Van Damme movie? Maybe that's not. Maybe
that's the one. That's the one with the Culkin kid.
Yeah, the Culkin kid. What the fuck?
Culkin.
Wasn't that one of the Culkins that was in No Way Out? Or Nowhere to Run.
Nowhere to Run. That's what I was thinking.
Nowhere to Run.
Nowhere to Run's Ray.
No Way Out is a. Rob, you You
No Way Out's got Ted Levine in it.
hold on.
No Way Out is Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner movie. Rob.
Navy Lieutenant Tom Farrell.
Oh, damn it! I just
Rob, it looks like he doesn't like Costner as much as he claims to. Costner's
No,
nipple
I
is on the
do.
cover. His nipple is on the cover.
Yeah,
Gene
that's the one with
Hackman,
him and Gene
Sean
Hackman.
Young.
Yeah. Yep. His
Will
nipple is
Patton.
on the cover right here, and I can't believe you didn't know that.
Oh, I
There's
didn't
one
know
that's
that.
Similar to No Way Out that John Claude Van Damme's in.
Nowhere is it?
No, it's Nowhere to Run. It's Nowhere to Run.
Nowhere to Run.
That's
Yeah.
where he has he's on the motorcycle in the desert, and
Yeah, that's when he was. I'm telling you, he's one of the Culkins.
I'm looking that up too right now. Really?
It's Kieran. It's Kieran Culkin, and that's the one where Ted Levine's the bad guy.
Nowhere to Run.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, it's such a good movie.
Nowhere to Run. Yeah.
Ted Levine's the bad guy in that?
Yeah, remember because
God, and the wife looks like Ash's girlfriend in Evil Dead 2. I wonder.
You're talking about Nowhere to Run?
Yeah, I'm looking that up.
Ted Levine plays like the muscle for like this company that's coming in to like take over her land or something. It's kind of like On Deadly Ground.
Yeah,
I remember Nowhere to Run. Yeah, that's
I
a good
remember
one.
it. They just there's like a barn sex scene or something. I don't even know.
Oh yeah,
Kieran Culkin.
Yeah, there is. Yeah,
Rosanna Arquette. I remember she was pretty hot in it.
All right, she's Pulp Fiction, After Hours, Whole Nine Yards. I don't think she was in Evil Dead 2, unfortunately.
You talking about Rosanna Arquette?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, it's like the Seagal movie, the better one.
There's like
Under
two
Siege?
Seagal movies.
No,
Under Siege 2.
Under Siege 1, Under Siege 2, On Deadly Ground,
Exit Wounds.
Exit Wounds, Striking Force.
It's the same.
Fire Down Below.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Is that the one where he gets herpes?
Probably. But I mean, like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah,
Like,
Fire Down
yeah.
Below.
You gotta take care of that fire down below, baby.
Anyways,
so back to the Donner Party stuff.
This man would drink a gallon of gasoline just to piss in your campfire.
is that from something?
What's that from? Is that Donner Party related?
Seagal movie.
I don't know.
Fire down
Don't
below.
even appreciate Seagal.
If it was from a Van Damme movie, I'd know.
We're more Van Damme fans.
I can't do
they
a
kind of were
Belgian
together.
accent.
Anyways,
So Alfred Packer.
So your name is Chance? Yeah, because my mama took one.
yeah, that was pretty corny.
Because my mom took.
He had that awesome mullet.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
Hard target.
Hard Target, great movie.
No, that's Hard Target. Yeah, now we're going from Nowhere to Run to Hard Target.
Hard Target.
So Alfred Packer was one of the guys in the Donner Party, and he was the one that was kind of based on Robert Carlyle's character. He and 5 other men attempted to travel, and they traveled to get help. When only Alfred was the only one that claimed civilization, he claimed that the others had killed each other for food, but then later confessed to have living off the flesh of his companions during the snowbound state. And he survived the trek through the Sierra Nevada mountains 2 months later. But then actually it was kind of funny. He kind of fled after his story. He was called into question. He hid from justice for 9 years in Colorado, Jefferson County, before being tried and convicted of murder and sentenced to death. So, but he died at the old age of 65. So
Sentenced to death, like for years later for cannibalism?
Yeah.
I don't think you should. I don't know. In that situation, should it be a crime if you're snowbound?
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard. But it says here Packer won a retrial and was eventually sentenced to 40 years in prison for manslaughter. So he was sentenced to death, and then, so I just kept reading there. But yeah, you would think to survive, and they were going to die anyways.
Maybe. I don't know. Who knows?
I mean, did he kill him, or did he just like wait for him to die and then eat
I'm
him?
assuming he killed him then.
But I mean, there'd be no witnesses.
It says accused of murdering his mining party. So it says a biopic of his life, The Legend of Alfred Packer, was made in 1980. A more comedic take titled Cannibal the Musical.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
1993.
Yeah.
The sky is blue and all the leaves are green.
My heart is full as a baked potato. Have you seen that movie, Rob?
No,
You gotta watch it. It's Matt. It's Trey Parker and Matt Parker. Trey Parker and Matt Stone.
Matt Stone and Trey Parker.
And they from the South Park guys. And it's called Cannibal the Musical. And they just made a musical about Alfred Packard the cannibal.
The whole thing's on YouTube. I'll have to watch that.
Yeah, you should watch it. It's funny as hell.
Yeah.
Cannibal the Musical is the true story of the only person convicted of cannibalism in America.
It's funny.
Donner Party.
Cool. Well, I'm going to have to watch that.
That was kind of what Calhoun, that's what his character was, that Robert Carlyle played. But he was like Sergeant or his name was Ives too. Yeah. Calhoun and Ives.
Yeah, his alias, Calhoun.
Yeah. Colonel Ives. Yeah. Yeah, the movie kind of messes with you too, because he comes back as the Colonel when he was Calhoun. And then Jeffrey Jones comes back after he gets stabbed to death because
he looks rough too.
Oh, looks rough. Looks really rough.
Yeah. So this movie was directed by Antonia Bird, a female director. They had a different guy, Milcho Machevsky, who was on board to direct. Shot for 3 weeks and just did not get along with the producers and production. They were apparently the one producer, and I forgot her name. I read she was just nitpicky and micromanaging everything, and it just wasn't working well. And she came to set to replace him with a different director, and I forgot his name too. I think
Raja Gosnell.
Yeah, Gosnell. But the cast rebelled and said they didn't think he could handle it. They didn't want him as the director. So Robert Carlyle suggested his friend Antonia Bird, who had directed him in like 3 previous movies. And so they brought her on board. And she literally had, I guess, a week of prep. They paused filming for a few weeks while negotiations went down, and then had a week of prep and came on set and just, killed it, obviously.
Yeah.
And it's funny, I was listening to an interview with Robert Carlyle where he says that they had worked together before, and they had worked mainly in British films and movies, and the way that she was used to working is she would just say, he was specifically talking about the scene where they bring him in and they put him in the tub and they have the hot water and they're cleaning him and everything, trying to warm him up. In their working relationship, it would just be something where she would say, all right, you guys need to bring him in and get him in the tub and heat him up. And now let's go. But all the other actors were like, huh? Like they were expecting to be told, where to go to, where to start, what their mark is, and all that shit. And
how does one heat up somebody? What is my motivation?
We don't get this.
To heat this man up.
And I think some directors really are like that. They really are like, okay, 4 of you are coming in, you're coming from here and there, you get to here and stop there, you get to here and do that, you do this, you do that. Whereas she was just sort of like, you just bring him in and get him in the tub, and let's film it. And
she probably had some actual skill on like that hack Kubrick. It was like, bring him in and heat him in the tub.
What did he do to you as a child? What did he do to you as a child?
Yeah, he was a horrible dad to you.
He was never to do movies. He was never there. He was never there for me.
We'll never know.
Mad at me as a child.
I'd pick on him a lot, but the real hack out of all of them was Wes Craven. I'm just going to come out and say it.
Oh, really? Now you hate Wes Craven.
I don't hate him. You take all my constructive criticism as hate. It's not.
It's just giving them shit or a hard time.
Well,
but none of them by far are as bad as Rob Zombie. So.
Yeah, see, we don't really have an argument there because we're not extremely big Rob Zombie fans.
I'm not a big Wes Craven fan, but whatever.
Yeah, me neither. But I don't mind them either. So. Yeah,
I think I'm just putting it out there. Rob Zombie sucks is all. It's all just.
I think Rob Zombie's fine. He just has a style. He just has. His style.
Are you all excited for your sequel to however the hell he's gonna pull off?
I'm not gonna go to the theaters to see it, but I'll watch. I'll watch it. I probably won't even be in theaters, actually. Yeah, I don't
That
know.
movie's not going to make it to theater.
I won't pay to watch it. Let's say that when it pops up on Amazon Prime or Netflix,
When it's on Shudder.
then when it's on
free,
Shudder,
once it's free to stream.
you know what? The only reason I would be excited for it is I don't dislike Rob Zombie, but I do like, and I don't know if they're in it or not. I do like Bill Moseley. I like Bill Moseley and I like Sid Haig. So if they happen to be in it,
they're going to be in it along with
They got to be.
I don't like Sherry that much. She's okay.
Sherry Moon's going to be in it.
Like, she's okay in 1 or 2, maybe 3 parts she's played because they're sort of all the same, and it really worked for a few times. And you're like, okay, yeah, she's good at this part. But then it just becomes redundant. You're just like, okay, Sherry Moon Zombie, got it.
Yeah. Yep.
Some people that's cool. Like Sid Haig, he's sort of the same, but he's cool. So
I don't know. I give it a lot of crap, but after watching him again, Sid Haig's probably my favorite.
Yeah,
because he does play the same character, but it's not an obnoxious character.
Yeah,
and he's just like a cool, foul-mouthed, drunk uncle.
Yeah.
Like that's awesome. He's like Cousin Eddie, but he's killed people.
Yeah,
like he's even in Bone Tomahawk. I was actually. When he came out in Bone Tomahawk, I'm like, oh, God, Sid Haig. And then he's playing a different character besides a clown.
Yeah,
and you're
he's like soft-spoken guy.
You're like, okay, like, why isn't he in more stuff?
Yeah, really.
He really is good. Like, he was just bitch-slapping David Arquette all over the place. I was like, why is David Arquette here? I want more of this
We
guy.
should get Sid Haig for the film.
Yeah. I bet we could
as a crusty old gas station clerk.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he was
dirty and gritty and just but soft spoken and humble like he is, you know. That'd be awesome. God.
Anyways, so they brought her in 1 week of prep. And she actually admitted too, and I'm going back to Antonia Bird now in the film Ravenous. She too admitted that the producers were hard to work with too. They were giving her the same shit, but they made it through obviously. So she said she doesn't blame Manchevsky for being fired or any of her predecessor for any of the wrongdoings, you know, because she was saying like the shooting schedule was horrible, manipulative, and they needed to do like all these things in this amount of time. And she's like, no way. And they were studio they gave her was horrible, I guess. I don't even know. So
Fox 2000, yeah. And
I don't know what studio they used because they ended up filming on location. The mountain portions were in Slovakia and
in the Tatra Mountains in Slovakia.
And then of course just a couple short scenes were actually in Mexico of Guy Pearce at the battle and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So went to Mexico for the
Mexico. Goodness sake.
Speaking of a Mexico mariachi, yikes.
There's a loud mariachi band in my ear.
That means it's time for the horror halftime.
Yeah, you guys are not synced up at all.
I didn't even hear him barely. I just have shout outs because we don't have a winner because it was the same olds that we love and appreciate participating, but no new blood. So I just want to give shout outs to David Martin, Tyan Draco, and Lance Dale for participating. As always, you guys had some awesome memes. But I'm not necessarily going to announce a winner because I know all you guys have won fairly recently and have gotten a lot of shit from us. So tell your friends. Tell your friends that the winning is ripe. It's ripe for the taking. Hoarder Freak of the Week. They'll get some gear. I don't know what else to say.
God, get some in for Ravenous, man. This has so much good
love stuff. Ravenous. Yeah. So shout out to you guys. Get your memes in next week for Ravenous. Yeah, and you can be the Hoarder Freak of the Week. Go to the Facebook group, Cult Classic Horror Facebook group. Post your meme with the hashtag Horror Halftime or post it on Twitter with the hashtag Horror Halftime, and we will be able to find it and award you winner if you win. That concludes the Horror Halftime.
Yes.
So, go ahead.
Love it. I just want to talk about this score still. Michael Nyman and Damon Albarn. This generated a significant amount of attention. I mean, this was what really got this movie. One of the big reasons this is like a cult classic is the music. I mean, it was Siskel and Ebert back then, but Roger Ebert loved the music, praised that, just how that really made it stand out, and he loved how it was a cross between a vampire movie and a cannibalism movie and all that, and so the music is awesome. Keep playing it, yes. Kind of has some Cannibal the Musical.
Yep. Good shit.
It has a Cannibal the Musical feel to it.
It does a little bit.
Yeah, so it's just different. I mean, there's a guy eating some other guy, and you have this happy music playing.
Yeah,
you already went over that. You and Danny like the happy music in weird situations.
Yeah,
I do. Yeah. And this one, I don't know. It's just different because it doesn't start happy. It just starts with that ding, 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 and you don't know. It could not turn happy. It could turn bad. And so it's got this creepy vibe in the beginning of it, and I don't know if Antonia Bird and the composers got together and created this, if this was part of her ultimate vision, because, I mean, it fits perfectly, or if they did it on their own. It'd be interesting to know, like to watch it with the commentary. But yeah, it came out freaking awesome.
Yeah.
And I remembered from watching this as a lad that the music was great, and but I didn't specifically remember how it went. And then when I watched it last night, it just all came flowing back. I was like, oh yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
that's it. There.
This is kind of what it says. It says, so Foster's Social Orchestra performs a lot of the music. Nyman found it, and he had the group attempt to create a postmodern avant-garde sound by having artists with background other than music perform the works of Foster's orchestra in an untrained but inspired way. So it was kind of all over the place, but it is, that kind of defines it right there. I don't know. It was so many different instruments, and it's just weird, but yeah, it makes the movie to me. So
yeah, I just heard in some interviews I heard briefly about some of the details of the film, and it'd be nice to hear more because apparently they only took 4 hours to shoot the whole cliff jump scene. Like, I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know how you do that in 4 hours. I don't really know how you do that. How do you do that shot? Like, you must. I don't know how you shoot him going off the cliff. Maybe that's like a green screen thing. And then when he's falling through the trees, maybe you get a dummy or a stunt guy falling through a few branches up close, and you keep mixing different shots in. I don't know.
Well, it seems like there has to be like a cable attached to him that you can't really see on screen.
But they said,
or the stunt double, or I don't know.
They said that it took 4 hours to shoot, and they filmed it pretty much all first unit. So like there was some second unit, like post-production stuff they did, but not much. So how do you get a guy jumping off a cliff when you're there? I don't know.
That was a crazy ass fall, and he bumps into McDonough, whatever the heck his name is,
McDonough,
and takes McDonough and takes him down with him.
So
yeah, it's interesting to shoot that. That'd be. Wish I was there to see it.
The stew that Guy Pearce that Robert Carlyle makes up with the Major in it. I've heard Major Knox. Yeah,
Knox
was actually a lamb stew that was cooked by catering, and Guy Pearce is a vegetarian, and I guess just had major trouble in that scene eating the stew. He would eat, put it in his mouth, and then when she yelled cut, he'd spit it right out.
Oh God!
So
I mean, you think though with lamb, and even a vegetarian, you can't like gag off of meat. I mean, I guess if you're really super vegetarian, yeah. Of course, he has to eat steak in that.
No, he doesn't. He never takes the bite in the beginning.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, and I did see some behind the scenes footage of them getting ready for that scene. It's just all these guys sitting in this couple people walking around. The guy's holding a huge tray of steaks, and the lady's just tonguing them onto the plates and making sure they look perfect.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that was kind of a cool way they filmed that scene with the panning to the knives, cutting the steak, back to them, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It was kind of, I don't know, it made my stomach turn a little bit too, even.
Yeah, this movie's got some really good comedic, very weird, very strange, funny campiness to it. But then there's also scenes like that to where you're like, oh God, like it's not funny anymore. Like,
yeah, I know.
It's definitely. Like I said, I need to watch it again. This is definitely one of those movies that, at least for me, I need to watch a couple of times to like. It's kind of like The Big Lebowski. I think you got to get 3 or 4 of those in there before you can really, really understand it. You know, it's like obviously you're not a golfer. Like there are things in there you got to do, but I really enjoyed it, and it really like tiptoed or like ran this razor's edge of really weird, creepy horror and really funny, weird, campy.
Yeah.
And
oh, totally. That's a great way to say it.
Evil Dead is camp. Like to me, part 1 not so much, but part 2 and Army of Darkness, it at that point it knew what it was. And this movie, like, really is kind of, it could be 5 or 6 different genres of horror. Like it could be all these different things. It was really good.
yeah.
It's like Guy Pearce hardly says anything in the whole entire movie. Like he doesn't have that much dialogue. I don't know if you guys noticed. And there's just a note here. In its first 25 minutes of the film, Captain Boyd, which is Guy Pearce, is in virtually every scene. He utters his first full sentence like 30 minutes into the movie, and like the first time he's ever like talked a full sentence. But that's why I
definitely noticed that.
Yeah, I mean he doesn't talk that much, but you don't need it because the movie does it for you. You know, it's the scenery, the background, the music, just the feel of it. It all wraps you in.
I know you'd start with the penis, Rob. If you were capable, I know you would.
I like chicken gizzards, so I figured that like the donger would be very chewy.
Yeah,
and would probably go well lightly breaded with hot sauce.
Lightly breaded. I could see
little
you.
sriracha.
I could see it roasting on the fire with a stick, and maybe like you leave it a little too long, and the tip peels back like a bratwurst does sometimes. You know, like cracks.
That's how you know it's done. You want them crispy.
Oh.
Like I like my bratwurst and hot dogs like overly done.
Do you leave the balls on? You just take the whole unit?
No. You like saute those like in garlic and butter. Maybe a little bit of peppers. I figure, yeah, because like it's California. It's like Tex-Mex kind of, or like that. You can get you like some jalapenos and you know some picante, and that would go nicely.
Yeah, well,
Did you guys,
sounds like you've had this before.
I've had to think about it. You don't ever know what's going to happen when you're out, you know, walking from your house to the mailbox.
Yeah,
you get lost.
Yeah. Yep.
If you you get all shriveled up if it's cold outside though, so that wouldn't be nice.
I think if you cut it off, it would shrivel up too. I have no idea. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe once you cut it off, it shriveled right away and it wouldn't be good at all.
Well, this movie opened on March 19th, 1999, which we just missed its 20-year anniversary.
Oh yeah,
like 3 days ago.
Ravenous.
And it was not a success. It was 12, an estimated 12 million budget with a 2 million gross opening.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where like 11 million of the 12 million went.
Yeah,
it's not a bad movie. This is not a bad movie, but this also goes into like the whole weird thing is like, why did you go to Czechoslovakia? I don't understand how movies do that. Like,
Slovakia.
Whatever. I don't know why you went to the. I don't know why you went to the Czech. It's one of those weird things. It's like we're gonna make this low budget movie. We're gonna do this and that. Okay, cool. We're gonna fly you to Siberia.
Yeah.
It's like no. It took place in the mountains in and around and about California. Fairly certain the production company and everything was out of California. Why can't you just go in the woods?
Yeah,
And I don't know about that though. They did a lot of post production and stuff in London, so it could have been a European thing. I don't know.
I think there was some U.S. stuff filmed, but most of it was filmed on location in the Czech Republic or Slovakia.
Some of the budget went to blood because I guess they had a different ending written where Guy Pearce and Robert Carlyle were fighting on the roofs of the cabins while they were on fire. But instead they scrapped that and changed it to them just wanting to beat the hell out of each other. And so I don't know how true it is. Apparently Guy Pearce and Robert Carlyle made up the ending, how you see it. Mm-hmm. And they ran out of fake blood during that shoot, during that portion.
And they get caught on the bear trap. Damn it. That was really sneaky.
Sneaky.
Yeah, that's crazy how could they run out of fake blood? I guess they were in a remote area to where they couldn't get the crew to bring more blood in or something.
They talked about that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they didn't. They were just exaggerating. Who knows?
Really sneaky.
This is some interviewer asked Robert Carlyle about the the homoerotic aspect of Robert Carlyle wanting to eat Guy Pearce really bad, and there's some looks exchanged and some awkward moments towards the end there, and then they obviously end up on top of each other in a bear trap, but
just whispering soft nothingness into each other's ears.
They say,
"Oh, when you die, I'm gonna eat you, you silly goose." Oh,
I'm so gonna eat you.
I die first.
I'm so gonna eat you.
No, you die first. No, you die first.
You silly.
What am I?
Are you in me right now? I felt something.
If you die first.
I got nothing. I
got a bear trap on me.
Got nothing.
There's something stabbing me in my thigh.
There's something. Oh.
Is that what I think it is, or is that a banana?
Oh, it's in my.
Is that a banana, or you happen to see me?
Well, no.
If you die first, I'm definitely going to eat you.
One of these teeth is in my butthole. Jesus Christ. Okay, Ravenous. Yes, I want to rewatch it with commentary at some point, so I'll have to borrow the DVD.
Yes. I'll watch it with you. I should have done that last night, but I was up here and we were out busy. Crap. But we will do that. We will do that when I get back home for sure.
Well, shit.
Yeah, Scotty's busy up there skiing and shit. Yeah,
survival is the only option. Yep, I know. I'm busy. I'm freaking skiing with parents up here. Danny ditched out. He ditched out on us.
Yeah, I got too much work to do.
That's all right.
Ain't.
Actually, Big Scott watched this with me. He thought it was pretty good.
Really?
The stepdad.
Oh, this got Big Scott's seal of approval on it?
Liz watched some of it too. So yeah, he liked it. He thought it was weird though. He thought it was a weird movie, but he said overall he didn't really get the grasp of. He didn't really believe like that you would fiend or crave for more meat after you've eaten it. After that, you'd be he felt like you'd be fine if you ate. But
well, that's a weird. That's just how it is in the movie.
That's how it is. I know. That's just how it's written.
He's eaten like two people, and it's never happened to him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But it's a great movie.
Well, that was that's a quick coverage there. We are going to be
doing next. What are we doing next?
Bone Tomahawk.
Woo!
Bone Tomahawk.
Bone fucking Tomahawk.
Bone Tomahawk.
Which, like Rob said, it's similar to
I'm
Ravenous.
so excited for
Bone Tomahawk.
I'm going to make Savannah watch it.
Oh, I can't wait to watch it again. I did look for a Blu-ray on that, and they don't have anything with any special features, so I'm upset about that.
I couldn't find anything on YouTube or anywhere.
No. Yeah, it's a newer movie, so there's not much, but
you gotta buy the DVD or the Blu-ray.
No, I did.
I just would have loved the behind the scene of the human wishbone. If they just showed us how they did the human wishbone, I'd have been happy with that.
That'd be cool. Yeah, I looked the Blu-ray. They have it on Blu-ray, but there's no special features or anything. It's just on Blu-ray. So
Too bad.
yeah, so Bone Tomahawk will wrap up our cannibal series. Yes. Did you guys watch anything this week?
You know what? I've been catching up on Ash vs. Evil Dead, so I watched a couple episodes of that, which is good. Awesome.
I haven't. I'm such a bad person. I haven't watched the new season yet. I've been recording it because I've been rewatching season 1 and 2 again, and then going right into it. So I just haven't got into season 3 yet. Shame
It's
on
a jolly
me.
good time. Shame on you. Well, you know.
You watch anything, Rob?
Yeah, I watched. Hold on, real quick.
Oh, you
I
gotta look it
googled.
up.
I googled Bone Tomahawk special features. I got a link right here. It says it has making of Bone Tomahawk,
What?
deleted scenes,
No.
Fantastic Fest, Q&A, and the trailer. I'll send you the link to it.
On Amazon?
This is from some other. I just googled this from some other website.
I guess I just only looked on Amazon, so maybe I missed it.
You better look everywhere on the interwebs. Yeah, I actually watched.
You can't trust them interwebs, man.
Yeah, you can.
I don't know.
I watched-
I mean, maybe this is legit. I mean, it's the first website that I saw, but it says there's a making of from Blu-ray.com.
Really?
Well, Steve?
Steve just
Was that
freaked
Steve?
out. Yeah, I don't know
What
what
was
he's
that?
barking at. That was Steve. he
Let's see, I wanna know
he
what's
did that, then he got embarrassed and walked away.
Felt like
Yeah.
it sounded like a squeaky door that opened or something.
Yeah.
This other one over here on Blu-ray.com, starring video quality. Come on.
Keep those links. Yeah, you sent that link at least. Yeah, I actually watched.
They said that they have some stuff.
I'll check it out. I don't know.
I really would like to see the behind the scenes of that movie.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, me too.
Okay,
for
well,
sure.
this says buy now, but what? This says Amazon though, $8.99. I'm gonna have to look into this.
Did you watch
Okay.
anything, Danny?
I actually watched District 9, that what we were talking about.
Ah, yeah, we were just talking about that.
Fucking love
that's a good
District
one.
9.
I need to watch that again. I saw it when it first came out.
Yeah, such a good movie.
I gotta
9.
watch it.
That's the only horror I watched some Disney movie with Shannon the other night. Coco. It was all right.
That doesn't count.
Yeah. So
Was it-
District 9.
I heard good things about it though.
Yeah. District Vicus. District 9. What else? I think that was it. Yeah. Such an epic movie though. Love District 9.
This one got that South African
Yeah.
Sharto Copley. He's so awesome.
I keep forgetting his name. Oh, Charles. What is it?
Sharto Copley.
Charlton Copley. That's right.
He's the bad guy.
He
in
did
it.
a movie called Open Grave, and it was friggin' killer.
Yeah, I've seen Open Grave and then instantly forgot all of it.
It's kind of a Cloverfield type movie, but kind of before Cloverfield, I guess. It was real low budget, but I saw it on Netflix a long time ago, and holy crap, it was awesome. I just sent you a link for the making of featurette for Bone Tomahawk. I did find it on YouTube finally.
What? No, this is weird. Making
It's
of
the
featurette.
they say it's the featurette from the Blu-ray, so it's only 10 minutes, but I'm definitely going to give it a watch.
Yeah, I'm looking
Yeah,
at
maybe-
it right now. It's okay. I see. Huh?
You should check it out. You should get it. I'll come over to your house. Oh, well, I guess YouTube. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
hey, there you go. There you go.
Wow.
Done deal.
I don't know. All right. Anyways, yeah. Well, cool. You didn't watch anything, Rob? Did we already ask? Did we already talk about this?
You did ask, but you didn't give me a chance to answer.
Oh well, tell me. Tell us.
Because you're-
Please share.
You're rude like that, like because you got places to go. I
Please
suppose.
share.
Please
I
share.
actually watched a documentary called Cold Blooded. It was awesome. It was just friggin' sweet. And it was about it's about the making of In Cold Blood, which is it's a very famous Truman Capote true crime movie about a family that was killed in Kansas, I believe. It's really, really crazy story. But there's a 4-part documentary that is on Amazon right now called Cold Blooded, and it is absolutely insane. It is so good. It's awesome.
Is that the Clutter family murders?
Yep. The Clutter family murders.
Yep.
A very famous movie. But it's all, the movie's true. The movie's based 100% on the true crime that happened. And Truman Capote was there the whole time that he was there right after the murders happened, all the way up till they caught the guys, all the way through the trial, all the way through the executions. And the documentary is just out of this world. It's really, really, really good. And it's pretty new. It just came out in, I think like 2016.
Yeah.
So
right.
I just kind of snuck under the radar. Trying to think. I know
2017.
Yep. Yeah. It's like brand new. I had to give it a watch. It's 4 parts. It's long, but it's got a lot of information. It's really good if you're into true crime stuff.
Oh yeah.
It's very, very good. And then I watched. I tried to watch Veronica on Netflix, but man, there's subtitles, guys, and
Who cares?
I went to a public school in Florida, and I know everybody's going to be like, "Oh, well, you already watch movies with subtitles." That's true, but they're just there to like kind of fill in some of the blanks, and it's just it's a little too much for me. And then I did go back and rewatch. It's not really a horror movie, but we were talking about Rumble and Cell Block 99.
Oh, yeah.
I went back and rewatched Old Boy.
Oh yeah.
With Brolin.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's a bad
Brutal.
bad man. That movie
Brutal.
is insanely good. And I'm voting we have to do at least like a small commentary on Cell Block 99.
Oh yeah.
Just so I have an excuse to watch that movie again. And to all of our listeners, go on to Twitter and just tweet the shit out of this Craig Zoller and get him on the show. I would love to interview him.
Yeah, I bet we could reach out to him, maybe.
We need to. Everybody needs to start tweeting him and tagging him and everything else, because I'd love to sit down and interview and have a talk with him and everything and ask him if Vince Vaughn really is that sexy and manly in person.
Yeah.
And
we should try it.
And if he was truly happy with Kurt Russell's performance, or if he would have rather had, a real American actor like Kevin Costner.
No, can't.
I will say though, I'm so stoked about Bone Tomahawk because,
I love. Oh yeah, me too.
Oh God, what was it? I keep forgetting. Patrick Wilson.
Yeah.
I've never been a big fan of any of like the
Insidious.
Conjuring. Insidious movies.
Never mind.
He's in both of them actually.
Oh God.
But he's always, because I guess the kind of character he plays, like this kind of ultra dad kind of character. But I've seen he's got some new stuff coming out, and man, after watching Bone Tomahawk, the dude's pretty badass.
Yeah,
I'm kind of a Patrick Wilson fan now.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like Wilson a lot for sure.
Well, cool.
And Matthew Fox.
Loved
Dude, Matthew Fox coming out of nowhere, being like, I remember him. He used to be an actor, right? And then you're like, dude,
So good.
what happened to him? Why isn't he acting? Because
love him.
Oh, that one scene in the campsite.
Yeah,
he's just like, oh, he's a total badass. He's like,
love him.
Okay, time to go back to bed. It's like, yes,
I love him.
Straight faced, like badass. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, cool. There you hear it next week, Bone Tomahawk. Yeah, that wraps up this episode, guys. Follow us at Danny Bonin, at Scotty Bonin, at Rob O'Neill. Oh, God damn it, Rob. Rob _ what the fuck is it?
The Rob _ CCH podcast
on Instagram, or at the Rob O'Neill 1986 on Twitter. at Cult Classic Horror on everything, at CC Horror on Twitter, actually. And check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/Cult Classic Horror. If you like the show, we got some goodies for you there if you're willing to throw in and pitch in for the cause. We would appreciate it. But yeah, thanks for joining us, you guys. We'll catch you next week.
Later, guys.
Deuces.
Don't you blame the movies. Movies don't create psychos. Movies make psychos more creative.
Oh, yes. There will be blood.